Hello guys, before we get into today's video, I want to remind you that if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and you can drop a comment down below of any topics that you want me to cover, or are there things that you want me to address in following episodes. Please comment that down below, and remember you need to be subscribed and have the notification bell on so that you know when new videos goes up on this channel. Like you know, I do a variety of things on this channel, so if you don't want to miss out, be subscribed, make sure the notification bell is on, and let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so brand new episode of me and Gen Z. I know it's been a while since I posted, I think like a week or two. It's just that I don't know, I haven't really felt inspired to really talk about anything, and I really want these episodes to kind of contribute positively towards our generation and just to the population of the world. That sounds so intense. So I don't want it to just be a video that I put up to put up a video. I really want it to actually make a difference, even if like just 5 people watch it, I don't care. Or the podcast, if just like 2-3 people listen to it, if I at least, you know, did something that was worth listening to, worth spending your time watching. I really want to make sure that it's not just a video to put up a video. So that's why I haven't really been putting out these videos on me and Gen Z or the podcast, because I just haven't felt all that inspired, and I really want to send a message. So over the weekend I was thinking about things that maybe I could discuss, and I kind of got an idea and I was really excited about it, and that is what we're discussing today. But some things have happened over the weekend. A couple of things have been happening around the country where I live, which is South Africa. And I really just want to touch on that because I feel like it's important. But I want to kind of I just want to start with the bigger message that I have today, and that is kind of prioritizing. I wanted to find a fancier way of saying it, but prioritizing really does sum it up in a really good way. It's kind of time management, prioritizing, all of that. The thing is, before you can start with prioritizing time management, you need to kind of figure out in life what is important to you, what are things that you want to spend time on, and what are your goals, like short-term, long-term. What is your dream? What is something you really want to achieve, something that you are willing to give time to? So what are your priorities? You can't prioritize something if you don't know what really is important to you. You need to figure out, where am I going? What are my goals? It could be something as simple as making more time to spend with family, or making more time to read, something like that, something small. Or it can be a bigger goal, like finally starting a business or improving a skill that could help you in like getting a promotion, something like that. But you need to figure out what those priorities are. You need to figure out what your dreams are, what your goals are, what you're working towards, because you can work hard at nothing. And I know that sounds weird, but you can work hard at something that actually doesn't make a difference in your life or anyone else. It's just you're working hard for the purpose of you want to work hard, but you're working hard at nothing. And that working hard at that thing, you're putting time and effort into, and it's not making a difference in your life. It's not making you happy, and that is time wasted, which is why you really need to go sit down and be honest with yourself. Think about what is important to you. What is something you want to achieve? What is something you really want to do? And like I said, it can range from spending more time with family, reading a book, or building up a skill, or building a business. It can really range between a lot of things, but you need to figure out what those things are. And then you can start prioritizing. You can make a list. What is the most important things in my life right now, things that I want to dedicate time to? You need to figure that out first. Once you have that figured out, whatever method you may use, there are a lot of methods. I know some people like to make a list, things that they rank them from 1 to 10, or they write down all of the things they really want to do, and they see which things are possible within the next couple of weeks, months, years, and they rank it by that. There are a lot of different methods of figuring these things out, and I'm sure you can go and search for one that works for you. Covering all of them is going to take a while, so I'm not going to do that today, but you really need to go figure that out. And then you can start prioritizing. Once you know what is the things you're working towards, you can put them in order of importance and start working at them. Now, the other thing that I think, especially us as Gen Z, really use as an excuse all of the time is like, my life is too busy. I just can't do everything in one day. And I get it. Your life could be really, really busy. It's true. Okay. But you've seen this quote on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere. It's almost like a cliche right now. But the fact is, it's true. The reason so many people share it and like it is because it is actually true. People make time for the things that are important to them. You are going to make time for things that are important to you. And saying, oh, I'm too busy, I don't have time. Are you busy with the things that you want to be busy with? Or are you spending your time doing things that are not going to improve your life? So a common thing is we say we have no time, but you can spend half an hour to an hour scrolling on Instagram or TikTok without even noticing that time just going away. Now, sometimes you need to unwind and just watch a funny video or two. I get it. I do it myself. But you really need to be wise about how you're spending your time. So instead of perhaps spending an hour on Instagram, limit yourself to perhaps 15 minutes at a time. Use the other 45 minutes that you would have been scrolling to do something that will help you achieve something, whether it's reading a book that will help you improve a skill, whether it's actually physically working on improving a skill or working on building up a business, whatever it is, you can really actually make time for it if you actually want to. If you're really interested and really it's really important to you, you can make the time. It's about time management. Now, the thing about time management, a lot of people don't like doing it because sometimes a plan just comes out of nowhere, something happens that's unexpected and it kind of ruins your whole schedule. And as someone who really likes something like structured, when something comes and ruins what I had planned, it kind of just messes with my day. But what I have learned is to roll with the punches and then just rearrange things so that I still fit in the things that I really want to do, and perhaps just move to the side things that are less important. And now with time management, a lot of people think time management means you have to plan every single second of your day, and that's just not true. Time management is saying, I have these 3, 4, 5 things that I really want to do today. This is what's really important to me today, and I really want to get it done today. And planning times for that around what you have to do in the day. So like if you need half an hour to read a book or to read a chapter in a book, take time, look at, okay, where do I have half an hour from my schedule that I can use to read this book? Okay, and pick a time slot. You don't have to plan every single second of your day because that would be impossible. Or if you are actually able to plan every single second of your day, you are superhuman. Honestly, I don't know if I envy you or what, but if you are able to plan every single second of your day and everything goes smoothly, you have superpowers. Honestly. The important thing with time management, and I think as Gen Z we really struggle with this because we get so lost on our phones, social media, watching Netflix. Listen, we're all guilty. That you say, okay, I'm just watching one episode, and then 5 hours later we've all seen the memes. That is what I'm talking about. You say, oh, I'm too busy, I don't have time, but you can, like I said, spend hours on watching series or on social media, where if you just used one of the 5 hours, perhaps working on something, you're like, but actually I do have time. Now, I'm not advocating for totally screwing up your sleeping schedule, because you do need rest as well, which is why you need to plan with that. Like a lot of people, I've seen this video, I don't remember exactly who it was, I saw it on Instagram. It was something about, so you're basically asleep for 8 hours and you're at work for 8 hours, right? So that's 16 hours, which leaves you with 8 hours, right? If I'm doing the math quickly, that leaves you with 8 hours, okay? So you need to eat and like shower, okay? So you can perhaps advocate 2-3 hours for that. That still leaves you with about 5 hours, okay? That is assuming you just have the normal 9 to 5 job and you actually get 8 hours of sleep. That leaves you 5 hours to do something if you're not lucky enough to be employed in what your dream is. Okay, so a lot of people just have jobs to pay the bills, which I can understand. It's reality. Not everyone can have a job that they enjoy and pays well. It's not always realistic. So if you're someone who is in a situation where you just have this job to pay the bills, but you have a dream that you really want to do, but you can't give up the financial security, you basically have 5 hours or more, that depending, maybe you're someone who can get away with 6 hours of sleep, to do something. And I'm not saying completely take away downtime. You can advocate, like, listen, maybe I'll have 15 minutes that I can scroll through Instagram, you like my friends' pictures, and then I'll use 45 minutes to read a book, build a skill, work on my business, go for a walk if that's something that you really want to improve on. You can make the time. You just have to be diligent and you have to plan. And planning is important, okay? Like I said, scheduling every second of your day, it's not going to happen. But knowing that you have to advocate 30 minutes, an hour for something that's important is going to change your life. Because eventually, those things start adding up. And one day, you'll realize, but listen, I've built this entire thing by just making sure that I have 30 minutes to an hour each day that I advocate to something that I enjoy. Planning my days better. Perhaps not planning every second, but planning to make sure that I have time to do things that I actually enjoy, that are actually important to me, and that might actually improve my life. So as Gen Z and other generations, this can be applied to everyone, but I know the thing is called me and Gen Z, so I feel like I have to mention it. As Gen Z, we get lost in social media, our phones, and a lot of people, their job is social media. I get it. So that's a different case. But if you're just scrolling for recreation and you're not wasting, I don't want to call it wasting, but you're spending an hour, 2 hours just scrolling on social media, and you're saying you're too busy to work on your dreams or to improve your own life or to build skills that will help you, are you actually too busy? Like, are there things that keep you too busy? Or are you just not planning your time well enough? Like, we need to get out of this making excuses type mindset and saying, let's take some responsibility. Like, me, myself, and I will take responsibility right now. I can waste a lot of time scrolling on my phone or just watching YouTube videos and not doing anything productive. I admit it. I also need to work on this, okay? So are we going to stop making the excuses? Like, if you actually really do not have 5-10 minutes to do something to build towards the future, okay, I get it. Some people have families, they have children, they have things that are taking up a lot of time. I get it. So I'm not saying this is everyone, but if you're just making excuses where you actually could be just planning better, then you need to start looking inward. Like, can I actually better my life by just planning better? Can I actually spend time on things that are important? And then a year later, if you just offered up 1 hour out of your Instagram scrolling time in a year, imagine what you could do, how your life could change. So that's the message I wanted to share today. I really wanted to be uplifting and maybe help you and make you realize that it's not as hard to start working on something, even if it's something small today, by just making sure that you plan your time. Time is the most precious thing that we are given, and we need to use it wisely, honestly. Okay, so that is the motivational portion of this video, and I just really quickly want to touch on something, and this is more for people from my country, South Africa. If you're watching or listening, I know right now it's a very weird and scary time with all of the things happening. I know the news and everything going around on social media is really, really scary. But the thing you need to remember is that you need to stay positive even in times like this. I know it's hard. I know there's not a lot of positivity around right now. It's tough seeing all of the things happening, and it's really easy to just get filled with anger and negativity and all of these emotions that just make you feel like you're crippled and you can't do anything. And it's really important in this time that we stick together, that we stay positive, that we try to find things, even if they're small things, to just stay positive. Okay, I want to say happy, but I know happy is perhaps a stretch, but just to make sure that your mind isn't totally being taken over by negativity. And I feel like for that, we need a support system. It's not really something that can just be solved with positive vibes, but positive vibes are needed right now to make sure that at least one person just doesn't go into that deep, dark, negative hole because of the things happening around us. And I know because we now have so much access to information on social media, our phones, the news, it's all we see, and it's really hard not to get negative, but we really need to try to not let these things defeat us. Okay, this is testing us, trying to see how strong we are, and I think we need to be strong, especially in this time, and we need to stick together. We need to help each other stay positive and stay happy and stay safe as well. So that is all I just want to say about that. I know obviously it's a much more complex situation. I don't have all the information, so that's all. I just wanted to share a message of positivity with regards to that. And that is it for today's video/podcast. And I am so excited to see you guys, you YouTube guys, in the next video, and you podcast listeners. Hopefully we will be chatting again soon. Have a great day.